Every year, thousands of Singaporean parents take to online forums to seek advice on how to get their children into the best schools. This fierce competitiveness is a result of a cultural phenomenon that we Singaporeans call kiasu, a Hokkien term that roughly translates to fear of losing out. If you're familiar with Singapore's brand of meritocracy, you would have probably heard about how getting into a good school guarantees a good future. An elite school means better grades, better connections, better jobs. All part of the Singaporean dream. However, elite school is a controversial term nowadays, so parents say branded schools and politicians popular schools. But really, they all mean the same thing. Despite the "all schools are good schools" slogan, it seems like some schools are more good than others. And the competition starts as early as when a child is 7 years old at the primary school level. When you have many school choices but only a few that are preferred, the admissions process deals with the oversubscription by determining which child is enrolled and which child is not. Though the Ministry of Education has taken great pains to emphasize that no one is privileged in the Singaporean primary school choice system, it still favours those with prior affiliations with the school. And some of these advantages can be earned. So, from doing 80 hours of volunteer work to moving houses to reside within 1 kilometre of the school compound, parents go to extraordinary lengths to get their children into elite primary schools, because the overwhelming consensus is that elite primary schools feed into elite secondary schools, which further feed into other elite societal institutions, and so forth down the road. Of course, not everyone has the means to do so. Parents of dual income households may not be able to afford taking time off work to volunteer, and many families simply do not have the money to move closer to these elite schools, which are often located in richer neighbourhoods. On the other hand, affluent families have a significant advantage because they have the time, money, and as a result, flexibility to volunteer at schools of their choice, or even move houses to live nearer to these schools and thereby more effectively secure placements for their children. Furthermore, online forums allow parents to get insider information from parenting gurus who have gotten their children through the education system. Analyzing the most popular threads on kiasu parents, we can find common discussion topics including balloting strategies, how to become volunteers at schools, whether the priority schemes are fair or not, and how the government is responding to the outcry about inequality in admissions processes. All of which serve to help parents formulate plans to game the admissions system. But for every few parents who are tech-savvy enough to know about and navigate these forums, many more, especially those of a poorer socio-economic status, are unaware of such communities and thus excluded from the resources that these vital social networks provide. As it appears, Singapore's merit-based education system is not so meritocratic after all. Because wealthier families can gain the advantage in the system, it creates an unequal playing field for the 40,000 incoming 7-year-olds each year. This will not only widen the gap between the rich and the poor, but also hinder people from moving up or down the socio-economic ladder. We call this a type of structure reinforced privilege. And Singapore's primary school choice system is just one of many sites that reproduces privilege in the next generation. All things considered, elite schools risk becoming self-perpetuating closed circles for the privileged, where parents with the means can effectively shun quote-unquote undesirable schools through the admissions system. Now, it may be easy to blame parents for making these prevailing choices, or wealthier families for propagating inequality into successive generations. Yet, it is a delicate topic to broach. At the end of the day, if you were a parent, and if you could adapt to the system for the best of your child, wouldn't you want to do the same too?